Hello everybody, it's Lynn with Crafting Break, and I am here for 5 consecutive days. Oops, let me move this out of the way a little bit. 5 consecutive days, 10 total cards for our Christmas craft along. So there will be a video that posts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I'm going to go through every step on how to make these cards. I still have 2 kits available. So first of all, for those of you who purchased the Craft Along kit, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I hope you love how simple these cards are and how fast you can get through these and how many, just know you can make a lot to get this task done to send out your Christmas cards. So let me start by showing you quickly the 10 cards. These are the 2 I'm going to make tonight. So let me not get those confused. There's 2 more. And I've kind of got them in order of how I'm going to film them. So you can see there's no stamping on these. It's all done from the Ephemera pack that comes with your kit, the paper, the card bases, the envelopes, all of that. And there's coordinating envelopes that go with the cards, which is really nice. So let me show you what comes in that pack, or the Craft Along. You're going to get a full pack of this 6x6 Christmas Tags and More Designer Series paper. And actually on day 5, Friday, I'm going to make a few tags using this piece of DSP right here. So that'll be a bonus project. You'll also get a full pack of this Greetings for You Mix and Match Ephemera pack. These are all the sentiments that I'm using for the outside of the cards. I didn't put any on the inside, but I'm going to go ahead and do that tonight with you. These are stickers, so you just take the backing off and they stick, so you don't even need adhesive, which is nice. And here is the pack of Christmas Greetings Mix and Match Specialty Cards and Envelopes. Again, you get 5 of the green and 5 of the, I guess it's basic beige, or might it be crumb cake? Does it even say in here? Oh, crumb cake and garden green and gold. And also in your pack, you will get these traditional sparkling sequins. I just ordered these. These were out of stock for quite a while, but I was able to get them. They just came back in stock. So for those of you that ordered and have your kit, please know I'm going to send those to you separately. I just didn't want to hold off on sending you the rest of your packet. So again, I have 2 left. So if you're interested, please see the link that I put in this video. Unfortunately, I don't have enough YouTube subscribers, or I'm not going to put a picture of my photo ID on YouTube, so my links don't work. You can't just click them, but you can copy and paste them in any web browser, and those will work. So let me get, I guess I need another pack of this paper, these cards and envelopes myself. So let me get that. Thought I ordered a second one, but I guess I didn't, so I'm going to open this one. Okay, because I'm going to need some. So I will order another pack of these, because I forgot I need those. All right, let's get those open. Okay. We're going to need 1 green and 1 of the crumb cake. And these are larger than my typical card sizes. These cards are 6 1/4 by, I think, let's see, sorry, yeah, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So they're slightly a little larger than my other cards, but regular postage is all that needs still. Okay, let me set those aside. I'm going to start with cutting the white. Not on this one. The white, this one has a white card base. Now in your Craft Along, I did not include the basic white. So there's some supplies I'm assuming you will have in your crafty stash at home. Basic white. The insides of these are white, so you don't have to worry about the inside, but basic white, dimensionals if we're popping anything up. I used some linen thread on another card. Some adhesive. So things like that I'm going to assume you have in your crafty stash, so that my Craft Along does not include that. But you can always order or add on a adhesive pouch. I sell my adhesive pouches, and I will put a link in the description of this video for that as well. But the adhesive pouch includes Tombow glue, large and small dimensionals, tear and tape, and glue dots. So you can order that and get all of those supplies. So let's cut this white card base first. And that is going to be, I did this earlier. Let's just measure it just to make sure. Ruler. You're gonna need your paper trimmer. And you're gonna need a piece of basic white. And this is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And some of my cards you'll see, like this one I show more of the card base and this one I didn't. On all of these going forward, I'm going to use the same size layer because I do want to see more of that card base. So let's go 5 1/4. And I think I said 4 1/4, but let's just make sure so I don't cut twice. No, see? It's 3 3/4. 3 3/4. And that should be, that is the perfect size right there. So again, let me just make sure I said those measurements right. It is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. That is the size you need. And since we have this sheet, I'm gonna go ahead and cut another piece because we're gonna use this for another card probably, not probably, we will tomorrow. Okay, let's put that base over here. I'm gonna set that aside for a minute. Now you wanna go into your pack of DSP paper and we're going to look for a few things. We're gonna look for a piece of DSP paper that has this holly on it. And I'm just gonna take all of mine out. They're all in order, so as you go through, you'll see all of these are together. Here's the piece we need for that one. And at the very back, there's going to be this punch out and this punch out. I at first didn't realize there was 2 different ones, and so when I first started designing the cards, I was only using the pieces off of one of those, and then I saw another card and I thought, where did they get that one from? Well, I didn't go through my pack of paper far enough, and there it was, another sheet of these. So let's see what stickers we're going to need, or die cuts we're going to need out of here. The bird. So let's go ahead and punch the bird out, the cardinal. We're going to want this sprig of holly, which I believe is that one. And that's going to come out of our ephemera pack for the sentiments, so we'll wait for that. This, we've got some stockings. And they're 2 separate ones, so they're not together. I used that one, and I used this one over here. And there's a red bow in here, so we're going to punch out that red bow. I used this present. Okay, this strip is going to come out of the DSP, so I did forget we need to cut that. These 2 are in this sheet right here, right below the present. So we're going to need that one, and we're going to need that one. Oh, and I did see I had another holly sprig right there. Let's find that one. Where are you? Where are you? Right here. There it is. Okay. I do believe that's all we need out of these. So let's, oh, see that one's coming apart already. So let's, they come apart so very easily. Okay, let's find where this piece is because I cannot remember. It's probably on the back side of another piece. Oh, yep, it is. Well, it's next. So this piece we're going to use on another card, but you can see this is the strip I used here. So let's go ahead and just cut this, these 2 pieces apart. And we're going to do the same thing on this one too. So let me move all of these pieces out of the way for now. Let me move these cards real quick. Okay, and again, how I do this, I do not measure. I am going for this line right here. I'm going to put it in the center of my track. It might be 2, 3, or it might be 1 3/4, might be slightly a 1/16 off. I'm not sure, but that's how I cut it. I just put that down the center of my track. Okay, so that's this piece we're gonna need. Save that for later. Let's do the same thing with this one. Center of the track, cut it, save this piece for later. And this is the piece we want. So we're gonna trim down these other 2 pieces we just cut. Let's see what I did on that. I did, that's 3/4 by 3.5. So let's do, what am I trying to do? 3.5? No, let's do this one. Let's do long way first. Let me make sure. I like to measure twice, cut once. So 3.5. And I think I said 3/4. If not, close enough. Okay, that is this piece right here. So let's put that aside. Okay, now this one, remember I said earlier that I'm cutting these down a little bit more. So I want to do the same thing with this piece. So if this one is 3 3/4, I want this one to be 3 3/4. And it doesn't matter if you take it off the top or the bottom. You can save this strip. We might want to put it on the inside of the card. And then this direction, we're going to go 5 3/4. So let's chop off more of that white side. And it's not very much that comes off. And that should be the same size as this. Okay, that is all of our trimming. I hope you were able to follow along with that. If not, press pause, rewind, go back to it. You'll be okay. That's the hardest part, is all the cutting, right? Because now it's just the fun of assembling. So we need that piece here, this piece here. I'm going to put everything together on the cards. We're going to, what pieces we're going to use on the cards. And then we're going to dive into our ephemera pack for the sentiments. Okay, let's dive into that pack. Now I have already gone through mine. The minute you take them out, they start to, you might as well just punch them all out at that point. So I have quite a few pieces in here. So I'm going to find what I need out of what I've already punched out. So I want Happy Christmas. I'm sure that's in here somewhere. Here's a Happy Christmas. And then over here, it's a circle that says Merry and Bright. So there's my Merry and Bright. And I'm just going to keep these off to my, I don't need this in front of me, so I'm going to slide that over. And I'm going to move all these to my right side, because I might want to use some of these sentiments for the inside of my card. You're going to have plenty of these, so don't worry about, am I going to have enough to make the rest of the cards for the week? Yes, you will. Don't worry about that. Okay, now it's just a matter of assembling. So why don't we start with this card first? Okay, so on this card base, I started with the Merry and Bright. So let's go ahead and take the backing off. And again, these are stickers. And I'm going to put that right about there. Looks good. Now, one of these I glued flat. In the corner here. And the other 2 elements I did pop up with dimensionals. So let me get my dimensionals out. And pop those up. If you have mini dimensionals, those will work just as fine as well. I'm using the regulars. Okay, we'll put our cardinal on first. So again, if you mail out a lot of Christmas cards, this is a great way, like I mentioned, to get a lot of your cards made without stamping, cleaning, having ink, having stamps. It's just, you'll get a lot of them done quickly. Okay, that is all there is to that card. Super simple. So let's bring in our card base and fold it along the score line that's already done for us. Let me get my bone folder, give it a good crease. And I'm literally going to glue that to the inside of my card. All right. You could pop this element up on dimensionals too. I think that would look really nice. Yes, see, I like seeing more of that green card base. It's just such a pretty card base. So you can see the difference. This one's maybe 1/8 of an inch and this is 1/4 of an inch. And I just like the look of that a little better. Okay, now we're going to bring in our very popular traditional sparkling sequins. And we're going to add some red berries, if you will, to our holly here. And these you don't need, I mean, you can pick them up with your finger very easily. You don't have to, well, and then I say that and then one doesn't come up with the backings. Okay, so let's use our take your pick tool. Maybe that is easier. They will fly a little bit, so be prepared if one does fly. I had those flying all over for some reason when I was using this earlier. And I'm going to do odd numbers like always. So let's get a small one in there too. Oops, see, there, just kind of flew. Let's go right there. Okay, there's card number 1. I'm going to keep it there for a minute because I might want to choose a sentiment to put inside. Let's move on to this layer. This is going to be a portrait card. So let's start with these 2 elements in the corner. I literally just glued those down. You know what though, I'm going to change it up on this one. I'm going to glue this one down. And of course, you do whatever you would like to do. But then you can see the difference. I'm going to pop this element up on dimensionals. You ever do that? You make a card and you look at it and you think, I would have done that differently. Well, here's my chance to do it differently. Oops. I kind of set that at an angle towards the bottom. Not towards the bottom, but oh, let's try to get that straight line. It kind of goes to the right and off to, or down to the bottom a little bit. Now my stockings, I put like they were kind of hanging in the corner here, and they will overlap just slightly. And I just glued those flat. I just love the colors on these. I'm a traditional. I like traditional colors for Christmas. I don't know if you like the blues and the pinks and all that, but I just like my reds and greens. Just the traditional. I just can't do those other colors for Christmas. I don't know why. Okay, next is our sticker, our sentiment that says Happy Christmas. And again, if you don't like this sentiment, you can use a different one. You have plenty to choose from in that pack. And you, like I said, you get a couple sheets of each. And if you wanted to pop this up, just don't peel the backing off. Put the dimensionals right on the back. And if you forget, you can still put dimensionals on here. That's not a problem. Okay, there's that. And the reason why I added this extra element, this crumb cake piece, is I had the present there. I like to lay my pieces down first and kind of look at it before I adhere everything down. And I was like, the present cannot be hanging out in midair. It just needed to be grounded by something. So that's where this element came in. And you know what? I'm going to change that too. I'm going to pop up my present. Give it a little more dimension. And because this is thinner paper, I'm going to use as many dimensionals as I can fit back there so nothing caves in or folds. Not that it would, but yeah, that's cute. Okay, let's get our card base and our bone folder. And let's adhere this element. go. And now let's bring in our very popular, fun, pretty, sparkling gems. I used a couple different colors on this one. Whoops. See what I mean? Pops around. Gold, and let's get a tiny red. Okay, there we go. Card number 2. Now, since I have the pack of dimensionals, or sorry, not the pack of dimensionals, the stickers over here, let's see if we can find something to go on the inside. And oh gosh, there's so many to choose from. My goodness. And I've only punched out one of each sheet, so. Okay, if we say Happy Christmas, maybe we can say 'Tis the Season. On the inside of that card. Super sticky, sticks to my fingers. And the gold foil on this is just so pretty. Look how simple that is. Merry and bright. Let's go Happy Christmas. I can't say from our house to yours because it's just my house. So that sentiment I can't use, but you can use that sentiment. I am a single homeowner here. It's not, I guess I could say from my cat too, so it would be our house in that case. Okay, there we go. Card 1 and card 2 for our Christmas craft along. I hope you enjoyed those. And stay tuned for the rest of the week where I will have 4 more videos and we will continue on with our Christmas card making. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. See you on the next one. Bye.